When it comes to the UDL engagement principle, I thought it would be good to look at how I'm teaching debits and credits. That is definitely one of the more challenging areas for beginning accounting students. So in looking at the kinds of things I've run into, I have found that many of our students, beginning accounting students, have difficulty kind of understanding these issues. So one of the reasons why is because they often come to class with a preconceived notion. And that preconceived notion, again, is not a barrier for them, it's a barrier for me, because what I need to do is I need to consider that whenever I'm teaching them debits and credits, especially when they're first learning them. So one of the things we might be able to do is bring in a check register and show them the difference, because that's often the reason that they think that debits are always minuses and credits are always pluses. They're not realizing that they're looking at it from the bank's point of view. So that may be one way to address this issue. Another way is through the use of flashcards. Flashcards can help recruit interest. It gives them a mnemonic device that we can put on the flashcard, and we can use color coding for notes. One of the ways we can do this is use a yellow card for a debit and a blue card for a credit. And the reason I chose that is because when I first started working in banking, before we had all the technology we have now, that's what we used. We used a yellow card for a debit and a blue card for a credit. So it does have authenticity and value as well. So by using the flashcards, it will give the student a visual aid and a kinesthetic aid as well. So it's something that they can have, they can keep, they can use to study, and it will help them make associations with the color of the card and whether an item is a debit or a credit. So by being consistent and using the yellow flashcard for the debit and the blue flashcard for the credit, it can be helpful for them to connect the concept with those colors. We can also use color coding when we do our Excel spreadsheets. It can also help connect the concept and application. So there's value in giving them these flashcards. For example, we could shade the debits in yellow and the credits in blue on a journal or a trial balance. As you can see here, this is an example of journal entries where the debits are shaded in yellow and the credits in blue. Certainly the final version of these reports and statements and journals and so on cannot be color coded. But while they're learning it and while they're working on their drafts, they can do that to help them connect the concepts. So I think by using this approach, it can help them understand this better and help me get through that preconceived notion barrier. Additionally, mnemonic devices can be used, okay, for increases in accounts. So what accounts are increased by debits? Assets, withdrawals, and expenses, or AWE or AW. Mnemonic devices can also be helpful to remember concepts. What accounts are increased by credit? Capital, liabilities, and revenue, or CLR or CLEAR. Another way to help them connect these concepts. Since I'm doing this by video, the joke isn't going to have the same impact. But what do you call an account without a calculator? Lonely. Also, the father of accounting said a person should not go to sleep at night until debits equal credits. So it is very important that students realize the importance of this in the accounting industry. So the yellow card, okay, says debit on it. It lists the accounts. and has the mnemonic device. So even while I'm going through transactions, I can ask the class, is this a debit or a credit? They can raise the card. Same thing with the credit, the blue card. Okay? Has capital, liabilities, and revenue are clear on it. They can also raise it when asked if something is a debit, credit. So I think these things can be helpful in breaking down that barrier and helping them continue to understand the concept better. Thank you for your attention.